Teachers in general?
Yes.
You in particular as a middle school teacher?
Yes.
Okay. A couple of things. If I took a show of hands here, and I asked, in your lives, many of you are educated. You've probably had scores of teachers in your life, some of you perhaps even hundreds. If you have elementary school, middle school, high school, college, maybe even graduate school, add them all, it might be 100 teachers we've all had. And now I ask you, we've never met, and I ask you, how many teachers in your entire life have had a singular influence on who and what you became? How many teachers were truly influential on you? And I'm betting you can fit all those teachers and count them on one hand. How many people is it? One teacher? Two teachers? Three teachers? Only three? Four teachers? Okay, we now have gone through like 3/4 of the group. 5 teachers? 6 teachers? We're done. No, yeah, sorry, I did say singularly influenced, and I didn't say which way it was singularly influenced. I apologize. We exhausted our teachers after 6. I bet that those teachers that people are citing are teachers who are passionate about their subject. Teachers who made you like their subject even if you went in there not knowing anything about their subject and thinking you wouldn't have cared about the subject. These are teachers who you're not remembering their class because they gave an awesome exam or because their problem sets were fun. You remember these teachers because you felt their enthusiasm. I'm guessing. Am I right? Okay, so who are those teachers? I think the first people we put in the first cloning machine are those teachers. And so many teachers are out there. Are teachers. I tweeted this recently and I got in a little bit of hot water, but I was okay with that. You know what I tweeted? You got to fit it in 140 characters. So, you know what I tweeted? I said, why do I more often hear a teacher say, these kids just don't want to learn, than I hear a teacher say, I suck at my job? All of a sudden, there was a wave that most people agree with it, but there are few that said, oh, it's really true. Some kids just don't want to learn. And plus, what do you know about teaching? Now, fortunately, I have people who know my background, and so they pointed to the webpage that gave the 30 courses that I've taught in my life of different levels, from community college through high school. I taught in high school while I was in high school, okay? So it's not like I hadn't even taught in my life, all right? I taught a class on black holes, a seminar, my senior year of high school, to other people in high school. That was fun. Black holes are cool. Avoid them, but they're nonetheless cool. So, what point was I making? I was making a really awesome point that I just completely forgot.
Teachers that influence you.
Inspiration.
Inspiring.
Inspiring.
Thank you. So, thank you. The kids don't want to learn more. Okay, so, here's what happens. I received an award from the National Science Teachers, one of these science teachers organizations. And I gave acceptance remarks. And this is before Cosmos, so I was known but not really known by the public. And so I was looking at the people in the audience, and I said, I asked them. I said, because I was compelled to ask. I said, what percentage of you do not own a television? Half the hands went up. So I said, okay, so none of you have any idea who I am. Because that's mostly how people would know at the time, for sure. So then I said, of those of you who own television, how many of you watch it only maybe on PBS or load a movie every now and then? But otherwise, ignore it. Half those hands went up. So in fact, like 1/6 of everyone assembled actually watch TV with any frequency. These are educators. And so I said to them, you are teaching students who are exposed on average to 30 hours of television a week. You're exposed to students who follow pop culture icons. And you're trying to teach them? And you don't participate, you don't even know what those forces are operating on them, and you're going to call yourself a teacher? You're not a teacher, you're a lecturer. You know what a lecturer does? You have your lesson plan, and you put up the lecture, and then you go home, and you don't give a rat's ass whether anyone actually learns. That's what a lecturer is. You want to be an educator? You're going to care what's going on in everybody's head. You want to know what their receptors are. You want to know what TV shows they watch. You want to know what pop icons they follow. Because in there is contained your access to their mind. And that access gives you power of communication to them. And so I've spent a big part of my professional life living in that pop culture, arming, equipping myself. I have a utility belt. I walk in and I'm ready. Okay? I am just ready to rock. I was watching the Super Bowl. I don't really care much for football. It's okay, I watch it socially, but I don't follow it. I don't do the betting pools. I don't do any of that. I'm watching the Super Bowl, and I said, this is the stadium in Colorado, and there's a North-South stadium. I did the quick calculation. I tweeted, I said, did you know that a 50-yard field goal in this stadium deflects a ½ inch to the right because of the rotation of the earth? I suppose I could have given a lecture on the Coriolis force, but instead I blended it in with what the whole country was paying attention to. And it's real, the calculation works, and I'm pretty sure anyone who read that tweet will never look at a field goal again the same way. And so I put this effort in. And I've never met someone where I was done with him and I said, the person just does not want to learn. That is a failure of you, not the student. So I submit to you as an educator rising up. 1, be the teacher that we all remember had a singular influence on our lives. 2, find out what the receptors are in everyone's mind in that class. They'll have different receptors. Yeah, it's more effort. Yeah, and some classes are large. Every class in my life in public school had 30, 35 people in it. Yes, it's hard for the teacher. Yes. It's not impossible, it's just hard. As President Kennedy said, we choose to go to the moon not because it's easy, but because it's hard. You rise to that challenge. You become the educator that we all talk about after hours. Go for it.